It is stop marketing, start selling. What is marketing? This is what marketing is. This is like my definition of marketing. Marketing, and also ChatGPT's definition of marketing, based on when I asked it. It's building an audience for your work. That's marketing. It's creating a mass of people who you encourage to buy or support or be a part of what you are doing. That's marketing, right? I think we all kind of know what marketing is, and I think when we think of marketing, we often think of things like Apple or Nike, right? They make these great campaigns that make us feel like we want their products. That's marketing. Selling is this. Selling is getting them to actually take the action that you want them to take at the end of the funnel, right? At the end of the day. Maybe it's a follow, maybe it's a listen, maybe it's a purchase, maybe it's for them to use your product and be an active, whatever it is. That's the end action, right? So that's the difference. So whenever I say the word selling, by the way, I know that usually means a good in exchange for money, but please just kind of think about selling as really the ability to get someone else to take an action that you want them to take. That's what selling is. And that's a very big difference between marketing and selling. I think most of you all today, many of you, not all of you, are actually marketing most of the days. And I want to kind of prove, I'm not saying it's a bad thing actually. I'm not saying you should stop either. But I kind of want to put some data around what you are doing for a second. A lot of you are doing this. You start with something like an email or a Reddit post or a TikTok or a Reel or a Twitter post, right? That's like one of your starting actions. From there, you expect people to then go to your landing page or your link tree. From there, you expect them to then go and then take their first step to do something, right? So maybe it's like listening to your song, maybe it's buying something or subscribing, right? So you're expecting them to take 1, 2, 3, 4 actions, right? It's actually 4 actions, sorry. So from the landing page, they see your landing page, they see your link tree. You now expect them to click something on your link tree or your landing page. It's one thing to look at your landing page, right? But no, you expect them to actually like click something, like go to something. And then you expect them to do the most important thing, which is now they follow you on Spotify. They made an account on your website, blah, blah, blah. Do you see how crazy this is? It's actually pretty hard to do, right? Let's put some like industry average numbers on this, right? Industry average, I would say, is this, at least for build, like my experience are like numbers for this sort of flow. 100% of people will come and see your Instagram reel, right? So they can't not watch your reel. It's just going to pop up, right? So they watched it. 10% of them go to your profile, right? Or sorry, 10% of them go to your profile and click your link tree or your landing page, right? Or maybe they click the link if you posted a link, right? 1% of them will literally go to your landing page and maybe click create account, or maybe click pre-order your song, or maybe click something else, right? And of those, 0.5%, or of the whole 100%, 0.5% at the end will actually take that action, right? And if the percents don't make sense to you, let's add real people, right? That means if 100 people see your tweet, 10 people will click the link, 1 people will click the actual CTA, and then you have 0.5 people at the end who actually take an action, which rounds out to 0 people, because there's no such thing as half a person, right? So this is reality, right? A lot of you send 100 people to your stuff, and then nothing happens, and you're like, wow, nothing happened. Why? Well, it's because the math is against you. You simply are losing to this, right? You thought you were selling, but in reality, you're not. You're getting destroyed by this right now. And then what do you have to do then, right? In reality, you have to send that, if you do this strategy, you have to send a lot more people in the door. Let's just say it's 1,000. You just put 1,000 people in the door, right? 100 people click a link. 10 people click create account. 5 people actually then go and literally finish making the account, buy your shirt, listen to your song, blah, 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 right? It's actually crazy. It's actually insane. But this is reality, right? This is actually how reality works. Not everyone you show your stuff to will magically be like this user of the thing that you want to do. And it's the depressing reality that only 99 or some small percent of people will stick around by the end, right? And that's okay though, because the world moves fast, and the best you can do is get them through this, right? So this is a game I think a lot of you guys here are playing right now. You're playing this game. You're trying to play the game of getting people through like all these steps. And then, can anyone tell me what maybe is like a different game we can play? Yes.
So we haven't been doing this. We haven't like posted on Reddit or anything. So what we've been doing is basically just door knocking and then being really nice to people and having real real conversation with them. And then
Yep.
if they have the problem that we want to solve, we say, hey, we can solve your problem.
Okay, great. So I think Kieran's onto something here, which is that what if you just went straight to the 5 people? Like, if your goal is to get these 5 people, why don't you just go straight to the 5 people? It's gonna be hard to find those 5 people, like in the real world, in real life. But what if you actually just somehow went straight there? I want to give a small example here. At buildspace, when we were starting off, I wasn't marketing at all. We were selling. What does that mean? Selling meant you came to buildspace, made an account, and you did a tutorial with us. That's what I was optimizing for, right? So then, yeah, I'm not going to sit there and make TikToks, right? What am I going to do? Oh, let's make landing pages for every college, and then go to every college's CS Discord, and then essentially onboard people from individual colleges into buildspace, like by essentially creating like a college-themed page for every college, right? Now, this ended up working for us. Why? Because very early on, our first users came from college CS Discord groups. Like, we just learned that, right? So like, oh, cool, like they're just coming from these groups anyways. What if we did more of that, right? And then that was a very direct way to the audience. And of course, these types of students, they loved this sort of thing because I can do a thing at buildspace, put on my resume. So yeah, of course, I'm gonna do that. But this is an example of just going straight to the 5 people, right? But even here, like some people are gonna see my Discord post and then they're gonna churn, right? But for the most part, this is a lot more targeted, like 90% more targeted than like making like a YouTube video or making like an ad per se, or like a reel, because I'm going straight to my people. And where are my people? My people being college students, CS college students. Oh, they're in Discord groups. Okay, so then all I have to do is get in every single Discord group and make a relationship with every single moderator, and then that's it. So we had like 100 relationships with, over 100 moderators that we had relationships with at that point, within the course of a month. And we had a very clear funnel, right? Every CS Discord group gave us on average 35 users. So if we had 100 Discord groups, we have 3,500 users, right? Still a hard game to play, actually, but that's how we got 3,500 people to first sign up for what we were doing. It's actually really, really difficult. But again, this was a lot more targeted, and it was kind of us going straight to the people.